Once upon a time, in a beautiful meadow at the edge of a dense forest, a colony of hardworking ants lived. They were busy preparing for the coming winter by building a strong and cozy home. The colony had decided to build a new nest beneath a tall oak tree. The ants had been planning and working tirelessly for weeks, gathering food and materials for their home. Among them was a young, lazy ant named Amber. Amber wasn't like the other ants in the colony. She loved to rest and relax under the shade of the trees while the others worked. The leader of the colony, Maggie, a wise and diligent ant, had organized the entire group into different tasks. Some ants were busy collecting food, others were digging tunnels, and some were building the chambers of the nest. Everyone worked hard, except Amber. Amber thought to herself, I don't need to work so hard. I'll rest now, and when the cold comes, I'll work a little bit. She often watched the others running around but didn't join in. Instead, she took naps in the warmth of the sun, believing that work wasn't as important as taking it easy. One by one, the other ants in the colony brought in food, leaves, and twigs to build their home. Maggie moved around, directing the workers and keeping everything on track. The ants worked together, creating an intricate system of tunnels and chambers to store food for the winter. The workers moved swiftly and diligently, but Amber was always behind, choosing to rest instead of helping. Uh, as the days passed, Amber's laziness didn't seem to affect the colony at first. The workers continued their tasks, and the nest began to take shape. However, the weather began to change. One cool morning, the first signs of winter arrived. The temperature dropped, and the winds became cold and harsh. Maggie and the other ants continued to work hard, making sure the nest was fully prepared for the coming chill. They had stored enough food and had made the chambers extra cozy, knowing that they would need warmth and shelter for the long, cold winter months. Amber, however, didn't worry. She thought, I still have plenty of time. I'll start working soon. But as the cold grew harsher, the ants began to prepare for the worst. They moved quickly, securing everything inside the nest to protect it from the snow and ice. The workers were all set and ready for the winter ahead, while Amber still lounged in the sun, thinking she had all the time in the world. Then, one morning, a fierce winter storm arrived. The meadow was blanketed with snow, and the temperature dropped sharply. The ants scurried into their home, cozy and warm inside. Amber, however, was left outside in the cold. She realized too late that she had waited too long to prepare. The cold wind blew fiercely and she shivered uncontrollably. Amber quickly ran to the entrance of the nest, hoping the others would let her in. Maggie, please, let me in. I'm so sorry for not helping before. I need a place to stay, and I don't have enough food, she cried. Maggie, who had already made sure her colony was secure, looked at Ember with a kind but firm expression. Ember, we've worked hard to prepare for the cold, but you chose not to help. We can't let you in now. You should have worked with us when we were preparing the nest. Ember felt ashamed. I understand now, Maggie. I should have worked with the colony, just like everyone else. I thought I could get by without doing the hard work, but now I see that wasn't the right choice. Amber spent the night outside in the cold learning a valuable lesson. When the storm finally passed, she made her way back to the nest, determined to change. She worked hard every day, gathering food, building her own chamber, and helping others in the colony. By the time the next winter came, Amber had earned her place in the nest, and she was no longer lazy.